Hi everyone, it's Rosemary Maris from Maris Art. I thought I'd do a quick little tutorial today on how to make some decorated paper clips. So I've got an awl because I'm going to put this one on with a brad. If you're gluing it, you don't need that. I've got two little pliers because I'm going to make a little circle on the end of the paper clip, and some Fabri-Tac glue because I know that one sets really quickly when I'm doing things like that. So here's one that is quite, the one I'm going to show you is very simple. This is still the same thing except I've used fabric instead of paper, and it's layered with fabric, and it goes, this one goes in sideways. The ones I'm making just now are sliding in from the top, so you can do it either way, from the side or the top. This is what I'm going to, you can see that little roundy bit. I saw somebody doing it on YouTube and went, oh, I like that. And here's a very simple one. It's just got a bit of lace on it, a little thing from some paper, and a backing one. And you can see this is a lot smaller paper clip. So what you need to do is have a look at the paper clip first of all. Oops, get it in focus for you. And when you turn it sideways, the part you're going to decorate is always the long piece at the front. The short piece at the back, if you look at it carefully, it has a little lip on it that goes slightly up at the end, so that when you push it in, the paper slides underneath. So you don't want to do it this way with that, see if I can get it for you, with that thing pointing downwards. See, it's only very, very slight, but if you do, you're not going to be able to get it on your paper very well. I think it probably shows up on this one better. Come on, focus. See, it's just a slight raise on it. So on these ones, come on, focus. It's raised up this way, right? So that depends where you put the paper on. I'll just move those out of the way. So you could make a long one like this. So the paper, the little turn up is there. So I would put it on this way. Sorry, on the back first, and then that's the wrong way up. That's it. And then what you do is glue this onto there. That's a really simple way of doing it. And then I would probably put these little row of flowers down it like that. Very simple. So this one here is the one we're going to make together, which is still very simple but a little bit complicated. So I don't need a curly end on this bit because that bit's going to be glued and not show, but it would be nice to have a curly end on this little short one. So what you do, if you've got jewellery round pliers, making sure I've got it in view for you. What I'm doing is just sliding it onto the end there and get it right as close to the end as you can, and then I just turn it like that, trying not to pull it out, because if you pull it out you've lost the clippability on your paper clip, if you get what I mean. So bit more. Yeah, I've got a nice little curve on it, and then I just get the flat pliers and just make sure that that end is in and not sticking out, because you don't want it to actually rip your paper when you're putting it on. There you go. Just looks nice. Okay, So what I'm going to do first of all, I've glued these together previously because I didn't want to mess around with it. So it's just a bit of lace and a bit of blue organza material, because the paper I'm using is Time is an Illusion by Stamperia, and it's got a lot of that turquoisey blue in it. So I will do, I've got one signature left to decorate in this journal, so I'll sit down and do some little videos of how I decorate the pages. So all I did with this little flower was, there was a button on there and I just pulled it off, and I'm going to use a brad. So what I need to do is very carefully push that through. I usually use a phone book when I do this, and I think I will get it out because that's very tough. If I can find it. Here we are. So this means I can get a really, really good leverage on it and get it up. There we are, it's gone through now. This is called an awl. I use it quite a lot when I'm sewing, making the holes to sew journals together. I use that a lot. You can get them from eBay. You want one with this wooden handle and this sort of metal clip. I bought one from Art Suppliers that just had a plastic handle, and it immediately came off. So that's no good. So then what I'm going to do, I've gone round the edge of this with, I'm actually using this now because my vintage photo of the Ordinary Ink has just run out. So I've gone around the edge of that. I've gone around the edge of the backing paper with it too. So then I'm going to put this on here, see where I want it to be, and just make another hole. Then put the little brad in. And just open it out. And what I do with brads, I've got a oh, sorry about that. It's on the windowsill. I've got a little hammer, and I just hammer them flat. There you go. And that's got that little turquoisey sort of colour on the brad as well. It's got a little flower inside, which is quite pretty. So then what we're going to do is work out where the little lip is. Oh, that's interesting. Put it. Oh, there we go. That's right. Yep, the little lip is sticking up there, if you can see it. And the nice little whirligig we just made is on the back. So I sort of centre it. What you can do if you want to is actually leave a little bit up like that when you glue it, so you can actually hang a charm on it. But I'm not doing that this time around. So then I'm going to get this just a little bit of glue along there first of all, just to put this on. Like so. And make sure it's centered and hanging the way I want it to be. And then what I do is I put a lot of glue actually on the paper clip itself to hold it in place, and then go all the way around and put quite a lot across there and all the way around there, and then over it like that, a bit down the middle. You can see it's very simple. Just what takes the time is deciding what you're going to put on them. And then Fabri-Tac is really good because it gives you a little bit of time to like slide it around and get it in the right place so none of that backing orange paper is showing. straighten that up a little bit. There we go. And then what I do, because I'm really fussy, is I go around both of them, just a little bit like that, just to cover up anywhere that a little bit showing at the bottom, which I don't really want. Oh, that's why, because it's not level at the back. There we go. And then if there's any extra showing at the front, I usually cut it off, but this looks as if it's going pretty good at the front. But you can see there's a little bit tiny bit of overhang at the back, but I'm not really bothered about that. It's the front bit that I want it to look really good. So what I'm doing is just pressing it down in the middle of that paper clip and making sure that it's pressed down where the fabric is. So you can see that's very, very simple. And then it sits over a page. Oh, that's a magnet one. Find a page for it to sit on, an empty page. Here. There you go. That looks pretty cool. And then on the back of it, what you can do is just slide a card up or a little tag or something like that. Oh, if you were in view, you could see it. So there you go. So that's very, very simple. And you can make them as elaborate as you want them. In this book, I want them simple. This other one here, this is from the same book, but this one was from my boho journal, which was over the top and blingy. So that's why it's like that. Okay, see you later, guys. Bye. Oh, down in the notes, it's got a link to my Facebook page where all my art is, and it's also got a link to my blog, which I occasionally update, but there's lots and lots of videos and pictures and tutorials and all sorts of things on there if you want to check that out. Bye.